If you have ever used ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini to ask a question, then you already have the first skill you need. You know how to ask. You know how to explain what you want. You know how to read the answer and decide whether it is useful. That is the starting point. So do not think this is only for software people. You are more ready than you think. I am Srini. For about 25 years, I have built and run technology in banks, telecom and payments here in Singapore and across the region. Today I want to explain something that is changing how ordinary people can build things on a computer. Not only big companies, not only software engineers, ordinary people also. Let us start with the most important difference. What is the difference between a chatbot and a coding agent? A chatbot answers you. A coding agent works with you. Suppose you want a contact form on your website. A chatbot may give you some code and a few instructions. Then you have to find the correct file, paste the code in the right place, save it and test it. And if something breaks, again you go back and ask another question. The chatbot did not touch your project. It only gave advice. Now, a coding agent is different. You ask for the same contact form. The agent opens your actual project. It finds the correct file. It adds the form. It runs the page. It checks whether the page is working. And if something breaks, it reads the error and tries to fix it. You are still watching. You are still approving. But the agent is doing the work inside your project. That is the big change. Earlier, AI was mostly answering. Now, AI is starting to do. So what is a coding agent actually made of? Do not worry. I will keep this simple. Every coding agent has 4 basic parts. First, it has a model, that is the brain. It reads, writes, explains, and reasons. Second, it has access to your project, so it can see your files and folders. Third, it has tools like hands. It can open files, edit files, run commands, and start the app. Fourth, it has a loop. This is very important. It does not try once and stop. It acts, it checks, it sees what happened. Then it fixes and tries again. That loop is what makes it powerful. If you remove these things, you are mostly back to a chatbot. But when all 4 come together, you get an agent that can actually help you build. Now you may ask, which tool should I use? You will hear many names: Claude Code, Cursor, Codex, Gemini tools, and many more will come. Every few months there will be a new name, a new announcement, and someone will say, this will change everything. I have been in IT for 25 years. I have seen many tools that were supposed to change everything. So my advice is simple. Do not get too worried about the names. Understand the type of tool. There are mainly 3 types. The first type works in the terminal, that plain text window where you type commands. No fancy buttons, just text. Claude Code is a well-known example. It is powerful and handles bigger projects across many files. But for a beginner, the blank screen can feel a little frightening on the first day. The second type works inside a code editor. Think of it like a word processor for software. Your files are on one side, the agent on the other, and you can see what is changing. Cursor is a popular example. For many beginners, this feels more comfortable because you can see the files and the changes and feel more in control. The third type works in the cloud or in the background. You give it a task, it goes away and works, and you come back later to review. OpenAI's Codex is one example. This is useful when the task is clear, but in the beginning, I would not start there. While you are learning, sit close to the work and see what is changing. And what about ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini in the browser? Please keep using them. Use them to ask questions, to understand a concept, to plan, and to explain an error in simple language. I think of them like teachers. The coding agents are more like builders. You will use both. One helps you think, the other helps you build. So which one should you choose? Here is a simple rule. If you are completely new and you want something visual, start with a friendly editor-based tool. If you are comfortable typing commands or your project is becoming bigger, try a terminal agent like Claude Code. If you already have a clear task to hand off, then later you can try a cloud or background agent. But please do not lose sleep over this decision. The tool is not the main thing. The working habit is the main thing. Give a clear goal. Ask for one small step. Review the change. Run it, check it, then move to the next step. That habit works in almost every tool. Now, let us come to the real audience for this video. Who is this for? Maybe you run a small business and want a simple website. Maybe you are a homemaker learning a useful AI skill. Maybe you are a student, a teacher, a manager, or a freelancer. Maybe you are already 40 or 50 and wondering if it is too late. No, it is not too late. You do not have to think of yourself as a coder. The first skill is not coding. The first skill is clear instruction. Can you explain what you want? Can you go step by step? Can you check whether the result is right? If yes, you can start. There is a right way and a wrong way to work with these agents. The wrong way is to type one big wish. Build me a complete app for my business. Then you wait for magic. Sometimes it produces something impressive, but after that, you may not understand what it built, where to change it, or whether it is safe. That is not a good way to learn. The better way is simple and steady. Ask for one small step. See what it changed. Run it. Check it yourself. Then ask for the next step. Prompt, review, run, check, improve. One small change at a time. This is not only for beginners. Even experienced engineers work like this when the work is important. They may move faster, but the discipline is the same. Now, let me say something about instructions. This is where many beginners either succeed or struggle. Clear instruction does not mean fancy English. You do not need big words. You do not need American startup English. You do not need perfect grammar. You need clear working English. For example, this is a weak instruction. Make me a nice website. What is nice? For whom? The agent has to guess. A better instruction is make a single page with a heading, a short introduction, 3 points and 1 button, and keep everything in one file. Still simple English, but now there is a boundary and you can easily check whether it did the job. So, if English is your second language, do not worry. Short English is fine. Direct English is fine. Simple English is fine. In fact, simple English is often better. Now, one very important warning. You must stay in charge. A coding agent can build a first version very fast, but it can also be confidently wrong. Sometimes the mistake is obvious. The page does not open. The button does not work. The app crashes, but sometimes the mistake is quiet. Everything looks clean and polished, but it is not what you asked for, or it is not safe, or it works only in one situation. A coding agent is a bit like a new employee in the first week. Fast, eager, trying to impress, but sometimes very confident about the wrong thing. So you must check. Checking does not mean understanding every line of code. In the beginning, it means simple things. Open the page, click the button, read the text, see whether the result matches your instruction. Ask the agent to explain what it changed. A polished result is not proof that it is correct. Build the habit of checking from day one. Now, where is all this going? Let me explain in plain language. First, AI tools helped us complete sentences. Then, they helped us write code. Now they are becoming agents that can take a task and work through it. Next, we will see teams of agents. One may build, another may test, another may review, and another may check whether the rules are followed. The power will keep increasing. But here is the honest part. The more these tools can do, the more your judgment matters, not less. Someone still has to decide what to build. Someone still has to check the result. someone still has to take responsibility. That someone is you. The real skill is not typing code. The real skill is directing the work and staying in charge. So, this is the whole idea. A coding agent lets you build real things on a computer by giving clear instructions, one small step at a time, while you stay in control. You do not need to start as a programmer. You need to be curious, patient, and a little careful. If you want the full, gentle, step-by-step version, that is exactly what my first book is for. Building with Claude, an absolute beginner's handbook. It takes you from nothing to your first working project on your own computer. The link is below. In the next video, we go to the most important beginner skill of all. How to talk to the agent. How to give a clear instruction so it builds what you actually want. That one skill changes everything. A quick word about who is talking. I am Srini. I began my career teaching and delivering technology projects for the government. Over about 25 years, I moved into banking, telecom and payments, leading large programs, projects and portfolios. Along the way, I earned an MBA and a master's in computer science with certifications in project management, cloud, data and customer systems. I have published 2 books on building with AI and completed 2 more. And today, my focus is enterprise digital transformation, building AI apps and creating the governance systems that keep them safe. I share what I have actually done. Subscribe if you want to learn this slowly, safely and one step at a time. Build with AI, lead with AI, govern AI. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.